Alright, this one is going to be for my painters, my body guys, my garage technicians who, want to paint their garage bike or whatever you're trying to do. Today we're going to go over the Sata Jet 5000. This is the newest Sata Jet that is out. Beautiful German engineering. You're going to see some video of me using this. I don't have video of me actually spraying metallic with the gun. I have used it before. But this is just a Fleet Liner red base coat. Fleet means it's got a hardener in the base, so it helps to clear adheres to it. It's for a lot of road mile vehicles. A lot of like enterprise cars, rental cars, taxis, heavy soda delivery trucks, things of that nature will use a Fleet Liner base coat and clear coat because the clear coat lasts longer than the single stage enamel. Anyway, this is a great all-around gun, so that's why I'm showing it to you. If you just want to get one gun, if you had to get one spray gun, okay, this is the one to get. Alright, now I personally use an Iowata Supernova for when I clear coat. That's the Ferrari of spray guns, designed by Pininfarina. This gun in particular here is an all-around gun. I wouldn't use that Pininfarina gun, that Supernova, for anything but clear. So this gun I would use for all of it, everything. Single stage, base coat, clear coat, metallics, pearls, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. This gun with this tip and this setup can get the trick done. So that's why I'm showing it to you, because it's a one gun deal. If you're going to spend $800 almost on this, and it's worth it. So let's just talk about what's inside it real quick, and I'll do the voiceover over the B-roll and stuff of me painting. So anyway, it's going to come with your book, the standard book that no one ever reads because it's just too much information, probably in German. And then your warranty issues and papers, work, and all that stuff. Then it's going to come with a new tool. I forgot the brand new one, so I brought an old crappy one. That's what's going to happen to them. Anyway, but it comes with your typical Sata tool to wrench it apart, your Sata wrench. It's going to come with another tool here, which is a new tool that Sata offers in their box kits. That's going to take apart your fan adjustment. I've never had to take one of these apart. I've owned one of these spray guns for over 15 years. Not this one in particular, but other Sata spray guns. I've never had to take apart anything like that. So the most I ever taken apart was your cap, your rear spring, and your needle. I mean, that's it. And you clean it like that by hand. You don't really... Oh, okay, so now you can take apart the rear of this and everything too, because there's also a hex in there. So I'm seeing that now, so you can get in there and do that. I don't see any reason why you would want to take apart your fan, but maybe there's a reason they have now. Wrench your cap off here. Woo! You tighten that. So this is a 1.3 inside here. Sata started putting the rubber seal in this part here. Okay? Inside the cap, there's a seal. They never did that before, that seal in there. See, it's just very faintly right about in there. It's clear. They never did that before. They do go bad after about 4 or 5 years, I've noticed, depending on how much you paint and how, if you don't soak, you don't need to soak these. You're going to clean this thing by hand, and you should be good to go. You don't need to soak the spray gun in lacquer thinner. If you're doing that, you're doing it wrong. You just need to take it apart, clean it by hand, and you should be fine. So it comes with this is a 1.3. The 1.3 is your all-around needle. So Sata used to have an issue with, because they're German, that their 1.4 tips, if you ordered a 1.4, it was like a 1.6. I believe they fixed that issue now. So if you get this in a 1.4, you're actually getting a 1.4. Your needle comes out. We should use some oil. Could use a little bit of oiling. I don't have any with me. They used to come with lube. I might have left it in the box with a couple other things, but they used to come with a little bit of lube. You're just gonna lube here. Alright, you're gonna clean it. The first thing you're gonna do when you get out of the box is clean it. But you wanna lube that a little bit, your trigger, so it's not sticky. I have used the gun, and it sprayed absolutely beautifully. Always, make sure you're nice and tight here. Alright, so you're good to go. You have your trigger adjustment here. That's going to loosen and adjust your trigger. Okay, you go all the way out. Obviously, it's going to pop out. And I like to have play in my trigger, and I like to control it myself. Some guys like to, like if they're doing, you know, different real heavy stuff, you know, you like to have it stop. I don't like to have it stop. But anyway, this trigger is really sticky. It needs oil big time. I have nano oil, but I'll just wait till I get gun lube. Back here, this is your air cap adjustment, okay? This is going to be the air coming out of the cap, not the air pressure here. This is your cap pressure, all right? It's different. With a regulator, keep that in mind. If you're going to buy a Sata regulator, they are going to be about another extra, I believe, 175. Don't quote me on that. I'll leave it in the little thing here, how much they are exactly. But I always just go with the cheap sharp regulators because they just work just the same. They're pretty good, and the Sata ones always break anyway. You know, they always just turn the shit on you, so it doesn't really matter. I just use the sharp. It's fine. They don't come with that. Another thing that they do not come with anymore is the steel cup. Nobody uses the steel cup anymore. They're all quick attachment. I use the Sata RPS cups. So this is going to be a 25 ounce, okay? They make the 10 ounce ones too. I have those as well, but it's just a quick attachment. So they used to have them where it's a steel cup and you got to buy the adapter piece. Remember that? That's no longer a thing. The piece, you can get the adapter piece for the different, like, you know, cups and stuff, but if you just use the Sata RPS cups, you're good to go. You just snap them on like that, like so. And this is going to save you money and time cleaning. All right, you're just snapping it and you're in there. You're good, you know? That's all you got to do. And it's simple, it's easy, it's fast, it's cleaner. Don't forget to plug your thing. You'll see me doing that in a video. But yeah, overall, I think this is an all-around just beast gun. This is why we get it for all the new employees at work. So that's why I was doing a review. Everybody who comes in new where I work, we get them a gun, and we get them an all-around gun they can just basically do everything with. And that's this right here. Sata is the best for it. If you're gonna go out and do this for a living, you're gonna have to get the best. And there's nothing like German tools. Like I said, it doesn't have the steel cup, so if you're somebody that's using the steel cup, you're gonna have to buy that separately. It can be expensive, and you know, honestly, Sata gets tired of making them because nobody uses them anymore. Majority of the people in the auto body industry and painters aren't using them. They're using these, so they're making the cup, they're getting them, and it sits in your freaking toolbox forever, and you're just like, whatever, man, this thing is stupid. Why do I have this? So the cap, it's great. It sprays great. Great fan. This is your fan adjustment here. That's going to adjust the fan pattern, okay? You can drop coat beautifully with this when you're doing like a heavy metallic and, you know, just, you know, real low air pressure. You know, keep your fan and just do a nice little drop coat. And you'll see me kind of tilt the gun sideways up when I'm doing parts of clear so the clear overspray doesn't get on the roof. That's one thing I don't like about these Satas because the Iwata spray pattern goes inward like this because of their cap design. Where the overspray pattern on this gun goes outward like this, okay? So if you could picture the overspray rolling in, that is what the Iwata does so much better than the Satas. But this is a great beast of a gun, and I really like it. I'm going to get one for myself, actually. If you're really looking for a gun that's just a one gun, you're just starting out, you know, you can primer with this thing too, by the way. And you know, if you're just going to just be priming with this, that's kind of stupid to spend $800 and use on a primer gun. That wouldn't be my recommendation, but also don't spend good money on a primer gun because you're going to use a lot of urethanes and a lot of stuff like that that's going to eat up those rubbers. So get a gun, get an older Sata. My recommendation is get an old Sata Jet 3000 for primer. Okay, a 3000 or a 4000. A 4000 is when they started switching to the rubber thing. I have them all. I would get a 3000. That's when they were completely just animals. They're beasts. I don't know why they started going to the seals and the rubbers, but I guess they have their reasons. Oh well, it's pretty simple to figure out. Everybody went to switch to waterborne base coat, so there is a reason behind this. Although this isn't a designated water-based gun, or is it? There is a dedicated base just for water base. I don't know if it's the RP, I forget. But anyway, for an all-around beast, if you're doing primer, you're doing base, you're doing painting, you're doing clearing, you're doing whatever, you're at your house, you want a gun that does it all, this is the one to do it with. This is the $800. I can honestly say you're going to put your money in a good place. Take it from me. This is the best of the best you can get. It really doesn't get any better than this. Besides you getting into specific niches that you're doing, like I'm a painter, so I'm going to be like a clear gun, only clear gun. It's not going to be this one. But if I'm going to pick one gun that I can have that does it all, it is going to be this one. If you take care of it, if you clean it, this thing will last you 25 years, 30 years, maybe even longer without replacing a freaking single thing in it. Honestly, guys. So you don't need to soak it. You're not getting done with this gun and sticking it in a big pool of freaking thinner upside down like you used to back in the freaking 70s, or back in the 2000s I did it. So you're just not doing that. You're not getting your regulator and sticking it in a big thing of lacquer thinner. You're using a light thinner, and you're just cleaning that thing up nicely by hand. Get your little. It comes with nice cleaners. It doesn't come now. I recommend the cleaners with this have steel. Steel on steel is no good. Okay, get the brass ones. It's just like cleaning a firearm. If you're familiar with firearms, most painters and body guys are familiar with firearms. Okay, if you're familiar with those, you don't clean with steel on the steel barrels. Okay, you're going to clean with brass. You're going to clean with the softer metal so it doesn't scratch and gouge. Do the same thing with these. Buy the wooden ones, buy the brass ones, buy the good ones. All right, Sata, I don't know. They're like, here's a steel brush. Don't use it. Just throw it out. Get a good one. I'll do a separate video on gun cleaning maybe later if this one picks up some steam. So if you guys are interested in seeing more videos like this, let me know in the comments below, and I will do that. And the thing about this gun is, like, if you really look at it, it's the engineering of it is just so beautiful. I mean, it's got such precision done to it. The precision of everything, it's just beautiful. It's a beautiful, well-made piece of equipment, and you are going to pay for it, but it's also well worth the money if you're really serious about this. Now, if you're just well, even if you are just painting stuff in your garage or whatever, maybe you got a bike to paint, a few bikes or whatever, this is the best one you can get. Take it from me. You're going to buy this gun, and you're not going to email me saying, you know what, that thing's a piece of shit. It's just not going to happen, I can promise you. So let's get a close-up of the quick attachment. So you're going to go in like that, and you can turn it. And with these, you could bend these things all around. With these guns, you could do all kinds of different things with these caps. Are great. Quick tip to get you guys painters. These are probably the best gloves I've used in a while for painting. These are called the Microflex chemical resistant gloves. They have a separate liner inside. They're really good. I've used them for that last paint job and really enjoyed them. The thinner didn't rip them up. They didn't rip when I was taking them on and off when I had to go out and do other things and come back in and put them back on again. You can reuse them. And they just kept me nice and clean, and my gun and my station clean. Okay guys, so I guess that's going to pretty much do it for this video. This is, again, the Sata Jet 5000. It's really been a delight to spray with. I really enjoyed painting with this gun. It was a lot of fun. It comes with the old school Sata hook if you want to hook it above your box and be like, look at me, I spent 800 bucks on a spray gun, I'm the man. It's just a beautiful piece of equipment that you will not be dissatisfied with. And now there's actually a pattern. I haven't even just noticed this until just now. You may be able to pick that up. There's a pattern. See it, how it goes small to wide? So that's neat. I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10 for an all-around absolute beast. For clearing, just for clear, I'm going to have to give it like about a 7. I don't recommend using this if you're just going to use it for clear coat. It just puts out too much overspray. Meaning, if you are panel painting, if you are doing a full paint job even, like that truck that you saw me painting, if you're in a booth that's not as powerful as that one, it can get very tough to control the overspray. Now, I'm a professional painter, so I know how to handle the gun so overspray isn't shooting onto a panel that I just painted, creating dry spray. So that's what I mean by creating just too much material in the air. So you don't want that generally. You just want the material that you're putting out of the gun, you want it to go on the actual car and stay there. So I'm a painter that likes a lot of air pressure as well. So an RP version of this is better for clear coat, but for the base coat, absolutely beautiful. For single stage, absolutely beautiful, 10 out of 10. For base coat, 10 out of 10. Pearls, 10 out of 10. Metallics, 10 out of 10. This gun puts it out evenly. It distributes it very nicely, as the fan has a great control. It just has beautiful ergonomics. You can hold this thing and you're not going to let it go. You can go up like this and you can go with it, and it's not going to hurt your hand, you know, and it's just going to be a beautiful, it's going to be a very good experience for you as a painter and somebody who's learning. So I hope anybody who's just watching this found this very informative and enjoyable too. Maybe you're just at your house shop and you're like, hey, I'm like thinking about getting a spray gun. Boom! Sata 5000, go spend the money. I recommend it, 10 out of 10 for everything except for clear coat. If you do want a clear gun, I'm going to recommend the RP version of this or the Iwata Supernova. So that is my final conclusions of this. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.